Political correctness officially killed comedy. Now, comedians like Bill Maher, Jerry Seinfeld, Larry the Cable Guy, you name it, any comedian out there, including small channel comedians like Jason Ferrone, who I consider a friend. Even he falls under the category of politically incorrect humor, and now politically incorrect comedians have to get permission or the approval by quote unquote oppressed minorities to tell that joke. And if you ask me for my opinion on that, I think that's bullshit. And to prove my point, here's one of my favorite songs of all time. Germany was having trouble, what a sad story, needed a new leader to restore its former glory. Where, oh, where is he? Where can that man be? Found, and then we found the man for you and me. And now it's springtime for Hitler and Germany. And is happy and gay. We're marching to a faster pace. Look out, here comes the master race. Springtime for Hitler and Germany. Rhineland's a fine land once more. Springtime for Hitler and Germany. Look out, Europe, we're going on tour. Springtime for Hitler and Germany. Looks like it's springtime, winter for Poland and France. Springtime for Hitler and Germany. Come on, Germans, go into your dance. I was born in Düsseldorf, that's why they call me Rolf. Don't be stupid, be a smarty, come and join the Nazi party. The Führer is coming, the Führer is coming, the Führer is coming. Hail Hitler! Hail Hitler! Hail Hitler! Hail myself! Hail to me! I'm the crowd who's going to change our history. Hail myself, raise your hand. There's no greater dictator in the land. Everything I do it for you. And if you want to go for war, here's a World War II. Hail myself, raise your beer. Every hoisty-toisty Nazi stand and cheer. Every hoisty-toisty Nazi. Hail myself, hail myself. I was just a paper hanger and no one more obscure. Got a phone call from the Reichstag, told me I was Führer. Germany was so blue, oh what to do. Hitched up my pants and conquered France, our Deutschen smiling through. That's me. It ain't no mystery if it's politics or history. The thing you gotta know, everything to showbiz. Hail myself, watch my show. I'm the German Ethel Merman, don't you know? We're crossing borders, the new world order is here. Make a great big smile, everyone say hail to me. Oh, wonderful me. And now it's springtime for Hitler and Germany. U-boats are sailing once more. Springtime for Hitler and Germany. Means that soon we'll be going. Means that we'll soon be going to war. And if you're brain dead, that is from the producers. And no, I did not make that song up. Mel Brooks made it up. Mel Brooks wrote that. Brooks wrote this song. Why is it one of my favorites? Because it makes fun of Hitler and the Nazis. It makes them, as he phrases it in Blazing Saddles, a bunch of Kansas City faggots. He does. And Mel Brooks is a prime example of what is funny. Even Mel Brooks has to get permission from pansy-ass people now. That, don't make that joke, it's too offensive. That was a whole parody of a popular Broadway tune at the time, except Mel Brooks wanted to use the song itself to make fun of Hitler, and he did. And it still stands out today. It's still one of the funniest songs out there. I shortened it because I didn't want to sing every single lyric and all that, but you get the point. I'm probably going to have downvotes for even singing. I'm probably going to get downvotes on this video for even singing Springtime for Hitler, even though it's a parody making fun of Hitler. What, do I support white supremacy? Hell no. Do I support Nazism? No. This is why I like Springtime for Hitler, because it makes fun of these people. It doesn't support their cause. It actually makes fun of it. And here's another Mel Brooks thing. Here's a set of lines from Mel Brooks' film Blazing Saddles. Oh, come on, you working Negroes. Sing us to me one of those Negro songs of yours. I get no kick from champagne. Mere alcohol does not thrill me at all. So tell me, why should this be true? Get a kick out of you. Why? What was that? No, I mean like this. Can-town racists sing this song, doo-dah, doo-dah. Can-town racists 5 miles long, all the doo-dah day. One of the great wild world sports is going on here. I hired you to oversee these workers. I didn't hire a bunch of Kansas City faggots to jump around and sing. Once again, Mel Brooks people, with the help of several others, they found the idea of Blazing Saddles funny. Richard Pryor wrote all the self-deprecating black jokes. Mel Brooks wrote all the self-deprecating Jewish jokes. Hell, there were other comedians there were gay people that made self-deprecating gay jokes. There's more than straight people that wrote the script of Blazing Saddles. So, once again, another line from a Mel Brooks film that people would probably downplay for me because I used sensitive words. Oh, here's one more example before I get to the beef of what this video is about. Let's go with another Mel Brooks film. Let's go with silent movie. Look at that pregnant woman. She's really exhausted. She needs a ride. She was really, really fat. See, from Silent Movie, he wrote a joke making fun about the weight of a pregnant woman because, I have to admit, that scene is hilarious. They get into the car and they're all driving like this. It's funny, because that's comedy. Comedy does not see race. Comedy does not see sexuality or gender. Comedy shits on everybody. White, black, Hispanic, Italian, German, you name it. Comedy shits on everyone. Comedy makes fun of gay people, straight people, you name it. Comedy is supposed to make fun of everybody. Nobody is safe from comedy or comedians, as a matter of fact. But yet, on Bill Maher's show Friday, Bill Maher had to have the sensitivity talk with a couple of black guests on the show because they didn't like his quote-unquote racist joke that he did with a Republican senator from Nebraska, even though it was not racist. It was a fucking joke. Bill Maher had to listen to this whole sensitivity stuff about institutional racism, which is a bullshit claim, and I'll get to that in another video. But the point being is that Bill Maher had to hear from Ice-T, rapper Ice-T. That word is ours now. You can't have it back. Words don't belong to anybody, sir. Words do not belong to anybody. I'm a quarter Italian. Dago and Guinea don't belong to me. Okay? I'm not offended by those words. They're just words. I don't give them power. And in fact, that's a little bit of a double standard. If all Italians were offended by the word Dago or Guinea, regardless of what our percentages are, then we would be, if we would be saying it to ourselves and having a problem. But if someone who isn't Italian says, hey, look at that Dago crying, or look at that Guinea crying, we'd say, hey, that's racist, even though we're using it to ourselves. See how much of a double standard that is? It's so stupid that I honestly, I see this thing is so stupid. This group of people could say these set of words, but this group of people can because they're not part of the community. Bullshit. A joke to my fellow LGBT people. If we could take a dick in our asses, we could take a joke. Actually, that's not a statement. It's true. I just find it hilarious. Look, it's true. If a lot of us bisexual guys can take a wee wee up the back entrance, then we could take a joke. Seriously, how many gay comedians are there that are successful? The only person that comes to mind is Jason Ferrone, because he doesn't do gay comedy. Really does humor that applies to everyone, that everybody could relate to, not just gay people. And also, I want to point this out. Why is it that comedy has to be specific, targeted towards specific groups? That's not comedy to me. That's stupidity. Shit. Topical material does not last a lifetime. You know what does last a lifetime? Actual humor. Here's a joke. Here's a joke that Don Rickles did at the roast of Sammy Davis Jr. A lot of my friends are here. Dean Martin's here. Sammy's here. I'm sorry to mention the Sammy, but you're black. We can't do anything about that. Sorry. And Frank is here. And Frank, you're Italian. We can't do anything about that. So you and Sammy are the same boat. That's Don Rickles for you. And that's humorous. Why? Because at the time, in the 50s and 60s, it was hard for Italian Americans and Black Americans to be taken seriously. Because in America in the 1950s, we still had a thing against Italians. In some states across the United States during the 50s, there were signs that said, no Italians need apply. I'm not bullshitting you there. It's true. Besides black people being segregated in the South, there were Italians in North America, and including in the South, just as much as the North, where there were some places where it said no Italians need apply. So that's what Don Rickles made fun of when he made fun of the fact that people had a problem with Sammy Davis Jr. Sinatra because one was black and one was Italian. And this is why political correctness has killed comedy, because nobody could take a joke anymore. Nobody could take the cardhold reality of the world and turn it into a fucking joke without some quote unquote oppressed minorities approving of it. This pisses me off because there are very funny comedians that aren't bigoted, that aren't racist, that aren't white supremacists, that are of all backgrounds, of all ethnicities. colors, and they can't make a joke now. They have to get the approval of someone so they don't hurt someone's feelings. Comedy does not give a fuck about your feelings. In fact, it doesn't give a fuck about your skin color or your background or the language you speak or your sexuality. Comedy does not care because comedy is an inanimate object. It's an inanimate person. Comedy is something that we should all come together because of comedy. This is why I'm so pissed off. Political correctness has killed comedy. Comedy from the beginning of time to 2017. See ya.